us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And Doris Burks on the sideline as well. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers. And here for Cleveland. Suns trail by 10. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Len. Archie Goodwin out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. And it's Tucker in at the small forward position. Here's Teletovic. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
He kicks it to Tucker. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Fry.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Down low, here's Len. Drops in the layup for 2. Len's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Here's Freak. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
Outside Knight. He feeds it to Tucker. Fires from 14. Misses off the left iron. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Freak. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
We couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Outside Knight. No good on the buzzer. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team. Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their here for Phoenix. .144 left here in the second. Suns trail by 13. Setting the floor for the Suns. Mirza Teletovic out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Archie Goodwin. Then there's Len. And it's Knight in at the point. Goodwin with it. Out defended by Freak. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Cleveland.
Guys. They are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
The 10-footer. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Freak's got the lead up to 13 now for the Cavs. Outside Knight. Here's the screen. Pass to Teletovic. Trying to find Len. Gets it to him. Knight kicks to Len. Mozgov with the block. And they're able to recover. And it's Goodwin missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Kicks to Tucker. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Fry's got 3 rebounds now in this one. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Freak. And it's Phoenix with the rebound, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Gets it off, and that's not going to go. The clock runs out, and we're heading.
Hi, Kevin.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for James. Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And Freak subbed in for Irving. And then for Phoenix, here's a Teletovic. Just checked in for Chandler. Price comes in for Lure. And Knight subbed in for Booker. Freak is in at the point. Jefferson out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Amon Shumpert. And it's Thompson in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Cleveland.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And because they play in different conferences, guys, this is the last time these two teams will face each other. It's got to be a good feeling to getting the clean sweep, finishing the season 2-0 against the Suns.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for James. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team. The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Freak with it, now guarded by Bledsoe. But they'll get another chance.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Teletovic misses. And here's Freak. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out here.
Man amongst boys tonight.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots. I don't care if you're playing one-on-one or one-on-five. That is a great percentage.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed.
And, folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
As I was saying, we got a real big problem. All this kitty stuff, you evil twins, CC and Dom got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate. All this stuff they got you doing to recalibrate your images cost you in the hood, fam. Yo, the streets is watching, and they're not convinced.
Vic, how many times do I have to tell you? The streets ain't always right, man.
Nah. It's
Some people say you just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
because people just don't know.
They be hating?
They be hating. They hating on my game. They hating on our friendship. See, FOF, friend of freak. See, nobody got that like I do. And everybody else wants that. Who doesn't? But that's my boy. I'm in that spot. That is my lane, and everybody else just got to make way for that, you know?
That's him, but who are you?
Nah, man, I got my own life, you know? People think I'm just sitting back and riding on him, but that's not the case, yo. I got dreams. I got dreams, yo. See, my boy knows.